Hello guys and welcome back, hope you're well. Let's check out the Citizen Promaster diver in this video today. Now I'm a bit of a fan of the Citizen Promaster range. I happen to have a couple of Promasters in my collection at the moment. I was keeping an eye on this particular watch for a little while. I saw this watch first about 6 months ago at my local jeweler, but back then it was selling at full retail price. Noticed a couple of weeks ago that the price has been dropped and now it's selling at half of its retail price. So I paid 349 Australian dollars for this watch. They still seem to have a few in stock at the moment. I noticed this morning is still advertised at the same price. So I'll leave the link in the description of this video. This is a JDM model, so I did a quick Google search to see where else it's available. Sakura Watches from Japan came up, and they have advertised, or they are advertising this watch for 358 Australian dollars and 254 USD. But it was a no-brainer for me to buy this watch from a local retailer because we get 5-year warranty in Australia with Citizen watches, which is absolutely fantastic. All right, guys, let's dig in and let's take a closer look at this beautiful diver from Citizen. Let's talk about the dimensions first. So the case size on this watch is 41 millimeters. Lug-to-lug distance is 50.5 millimeters. Now, in my opinion, once you start getting close to or over that 50 millimeter mark, you start to rule out a lot of people, especially people with small to medium sized wrists. I've got a 7-inch wrist, which is an average sized wrist. I'll give you a wrist shot a bit later on in the video, but you can see there's some curvature to these lugs, which definitely helps in reducing the lug overhang when the watch is on your wrist. Case thickness is 14 millimeters, so slightly on the thicker side, but in my opinion, this watch still presents really well on the wrist, and you don't notice the full thickness of this case on the wrist. The glass doesn't add anything to the thickness. As you can see, it is recessed into the case, but this bezel is fairly chunky and thick, and adds a fair bit to the overall thickness of this case. Lug width is 20 millimeters on this watch. The glass is a domed mineral crystal, as I said, recessed into the case. I would have loved to have a sapphire crystal on this watch, especially at this price point. Now, when I talk about the price point, I am referring to the retail price and not the price that I've paid for this watch. But we have to do with the mineral crystal offered by Citizen at the moment. There is no legibility issues, or there's no big concerns that I have with this glass under lights. But during the day, what I've noticed is in the sunlight, it does create some legibility issues. From certain angles, you can't see the dial. I don't know if they've used ample anti-reflective coating on this glass or not, but it does definitely create some issues. So if you have this watch, or if you are looking at buying this watch, you will definitely notice some legibility issues with this glass from certain angles during the day. Coming to the case is stainless steel, very nicely finished, brushed all around along the sides and on the top as well. So from the finishing point of view on this case, I've got no problems. It is really nicely done by Citizen. Talking about the dial, which in my opinion is the best asset of this watch, really nicely put together, presents really well. I like the retro look of this dial. We've got applied indices all around with a big triangle at 12 o'clock and followed by rectangles all around, with a small rectangle at 3 o'clock, day and date window at 3 o'clock as well. We've got Citizen printed underneath the 12 o'clock marker, Promaster logo, automatic divers 200 meters printed above the 6 o'clock marker, and I like the gold tone, or the gold used for the printing as well, and the same color is used for the minute markers on the chapter ring as well, and for the framing around the day and date window too. I would have loved to see the same color being used for the day and date as well, but Citizen chose to go for the white and not the gold. There is gold tone framing or casing around the indices, and the same can be seen on the hands as well. I like the retro look of the hands as well. So overall, the dial is really nicely put together. As I said, presents really well. Divers 200 meters, you can see printed on the dial. So this is an ISO 6425 certified diver's watch. We have a screw down crown, which is assigned with the Promaster logo. No crown guards on this one, but the size of this crown is really nice. It is big enough, and it doesn't pose any issues when it comes down to screwing or unscrewing the crown at all. We do have Lume, proper Lume on this watch as well. There is pip Lume on the bezel, as you can see as well. Let me turn the lights off so we can check the quality of the Lume. On a lot of the Promaster divers that I've seen from Citizen, they use this bluish Lume, but on this one they've used this more traditional green Lume. They use their own proprietary Lume, and the quality of the Lume is absolutely fantastic. No problems with the Lume. On this one, we can see the pip Lume. We can see the lollipop Lume on the second hand as well, as it is gliding away. We can see all the markers are fairly chunky. The Lume is absolutely fantastic. There's Lume on the minute and the hour hand as well. So from the Lume point of view, the strength is there. The quality is absolutely fantastic. No complaints there at all. The longevity is there as well. So Citizen definitely doesn't disappoint with the when it comes down to the quality of the Lume on this watch. So that's the Lume for you guys. Let me turn the lights back on again so we can carry on with the rest of our review. Talking about the bezel on this one. So we have a 60 click unidirectional bezel, gold on the gold tone on the side, black on the top with silver markers. Really nice click function to this bezel. No problems in gripping this bezel as well. Obviously the size definitely helps with that, but rotates really well. Aluminium insert on this bezel, and I overshot it, and it does align really well as well. So let me just get back to the 12 o'clock marker to show you guys. So here we go. So aligns well. There's no back play at all. Really nicely put together. It feels solid and well made. And yeah, the quality of the bezel is really nice too. Talking about the bracelet, this stainless steel bracelet, the brushed finish follows through to this bracelet as well. Solid end links, feels really solid, really well made too. Solid links on this one. Tapers down from 20 to 17.8 before increasing up to 19.8 again on the clasp. The clasp is again brushed as well. We have the safety mechanism there. Fold over clasp, nicely milled clasp on this one. So again, really nicely built and nice quality on this clasp as well. We got diver's extension too. So we've got diver's extension on this one. Unfortunately, no micro adjustments, but we do get 2 half links, one on each side. Definitely helps in getting a right or getting a good fit for your wrist. This one is sized for my 7-inch wrist. The weight on this one is 160 grams at the moment, with a few links taken out. Let's take a quick look at the case back as well while we're at it. So we've got a solid closed case back on this one. You can see the sticker is still there, assembled in China. Some information on this case back. You got Citizen, divers 200 meters, and information about the movement as well, Japan movement. So we get automatic movement, 8 series movement, 8204 to be precise. Offers hacking and hand winding. Offers about 40 hours of power reserve when the watch is fully wound. Spin the crown, so you need to unscrew the crown, spin the crown in a clockwise position. About 30 to 40 turns will fully wind the watch. It's 21 joules, 21,600 beats per hour. The stated tolerance on this watch is -20 to +40 seconds per day, but for the last 2 weeks or so that I've had this watch, this one has been averaging about +8 seconds per day, so heaps better than the stated tolerance by Citizen. And this watch does have some anti-magnetic capabilities as well, very minor that I noticed on the information and description provided by Citizen. So that's the watch for you guys. Really nice looking watch, really nicely put together. Would have loved to have a sapphire crystal on this watch, but again, we have to live with the mineral crystal for now. Let me give you a quick wrist shot as well. I've got a 7-inch wrist, as I mentioned earlier in the video, so I'll show you how it looks on my wrist, sized for my wrist at the moment. So here we go from the side, as I said. So you do definitely notice the thickness, but the bump on the case back kind of sort of hides away, so that definitely helps. From the top, looks absolutely great. There is some lug overhang, but that curvature to the lug is definitely helping reducing the lug overhang. Overall, looks absolutely fantastic. One thing I'll recommend with this watch is try and wear this watch a bit tight on the wrist, because it does wobble around. There's a fair bit of weight on the case, so that definitely makes the watch a bit wobbly. But if you wear it tight, it will just wrap around your wrist really nicely. So yeah, so that's the watch for you guys. Overhead legibility is really nice too. No complaints there. Yeah, that's the watch, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you with my next video shortly. Until then, stay safe and look after one another. Thank you very much.